Hello friends, how are you all? Welcome to our channel. The movie we will talk about today is a movie full of thriller and adventure. The name is Into the Blue. Imagine that you are driving deep in the ocean and suddenly find a ship that sank 100 years ago, which is full of billions of taka worth of gold. But right next to it is a terrible danger. A danger that can take your life. In this movie, a group of friends find a huge treasure in the blue sea of Bahamas. But their joy is interrupted by a plane full of banned drugs and all the terrible mafia. Will they be able to return alive with the treasure? Or will their bodies be buried in the blue sea? Let's not delay any longer and find out the whole story from beginning to end. The story begins on Paradise Island in the Bahamas. The hero of our story is Zalent. Jarrett is a very skilled sailor and professional treasure hunter, but his current situation is not very good. All he has to say is a Georgian boat, which is called Sea Robin. The boat is so old that its engine almost stops in the middle of the ocean. Jaron currently works part-time at a marine service company. His girlfriend is Sam. Sam works as a shirt handler at a local water resort. That means his job is to feed and guide sharks underwater for the entertainment of tourists. Sam loves Jaron very much. Even in Jaron's troubled life, Sam is his greatest mental strength. They are ordinary tailors. Jared's only big dream in life is that he will one day find a historical treasure from the bottom of the sea that will write his name in history. He is specifically looking for a Persian ship named Zephyr. It is believed that it sank in this area in 1800 with a lot of gold. But Jared's dream is thwarted by his rival Beats. Beats is a rich and arrogant treasure hunter. He has a huge, expensive gate, a submarine robot, and a lot of money. He always teases Jaren and reminds her that it is not possible for a poor diver like Jendi to conquer the sea. The story picks up when Jaren's childhood friend Bryce comes to visit the Bahamas. Bryce is a successful lawyer in New York, but in his personal life, he is very greedy and irresponsible. Bryce is accompanied by his new girlfriend, Amanda. Amanda is a flirtatious girl whom Bryce met only the night before. They have come here to party and enjoy the sea. Jaren is very happy with her friend's arrival. Bright sees Jaren's broken boat and sneers, but Jaren tells him that the boat may be broken. But with this, I will show you the wonders of the sea. The next morning, the four friends go diving together. This scene shows how magical the underwater world can be. They were passing by a coral reef. Suddenly, Jaren's diving experience gives him a signal. He notices that the sand on the seabed is a little different. Jaren goes down and starts to remove the sand, and he finds part of the ancient cannon. After a while, he sees more small primitive artifacts. Jaren realizes that this is no ordinary wreck. This is the legendary ship of Jafai. His lifelong research is about to be successful. They burst into joy under the bridge. But then the story takes a turn. After swimming for a while, he goes a little further. He sees a huge black shadow in the depths of the water. Curious, he calls Brass. When everyone approaches the shadow, everyone's eyes widen. This is not an old ship. This is a cargo plane that has crashed. The plane is upside down under the water, and it is clear that the incident happened not too long ago. Gent and Bryce enter through the broken part of the plane. The pilot's body is still tied to the seatbelt on the plane's carpet. The fish have started to eat the body. Jen goes to the cargo section. There are hundreds of waterproof packets arranged there. Janam cuts a packet slightly with his knife. A white powder comes out from inside. It is cocaine and not that much. It is thousands of kilograms of cocaine, the market value of which is several $100 million. Jin realizes that they are facing a huge danger. After returning to the boat, a moral battle begins between them. Bryce is shaking with excitement. He says, Jaren, do you understand what we have found? On the one hand, Jeffy's gold, and on the other hand, this cocaine. If we remove just a few packs from here, we will not have to do any more work for the rest of our lives. No, stops his friend. He says loudly, we are treasure hunters, Bryce. Not being a drug smuggler means inviting your own death. We'll just take Jeffy's gold and keep this place a secret. Bryce looks dazed, but you don't have the money to buy equipment. How can you take gold, you scoundrel? Those drugs could be our startup capital. Samu also takes Jaren's side. If he tells the police, they'll seal the entire area as a crime scene. Then someone else will come and take the gold before us. So we won't be drugs. Just take the gold. After much argument, they agree that they won't tell anyone for now and will try to recover the gold quickly. But people are scary. Bryce and Eman secretly go back to the spot without telling Jaren. They go underwater and retrieve a few packets of cocaine from the plane. Their plan is to go to the city and sell them to local dealers to make some cash. Little did they know how big a disaster this little mistake was going to cause. In the next scene, we see them partying at a local nightclub. Bryce meets a local dealer named Primo there and hints to him that he has good stuff. Bryce thought he was very clever. But the underworld of the Bahamas is more complicated than he thought. Primo is actually the biggest draglot in the area and is the mafia boss, Reese's right-hand man. Reese has been searching for his missing plane for the past few days. When Prime informs him that 2 American tourists have come to sell high-quality cocaine, Reese combines 2 and 4. Reese and his team surround Bryce, Jaren, and Eman. Reese is no ordinary gangster. He is a very cold-blooded killer. He tells Jaren straight up that he wants my stuff. You found my plane. Before Jaren can say anything, he takes 20 Eman's passport and threatens to hold him hostage. Reese gives you an ultimatum of only 12 hours. If you don't hand over all the cargo on the plane to me within that time, I will kill you all and turn you into fish food. And if you try to go to the police, you will not even find Amanda's body. Then, when the situation is completely out of control, Jaren is furious with Bryce. Sam's life is in danger today due to one of his greeds. But there is no time to show anger now. They also have very little time. The weather office says that a big storm is coming tonight. On top of that, tiger sharks will attack this area as soon as night falls. Jaren, Sam, and Bryce reach the sea with their small boat. Dark night, heavy rain, and rough waves. There can be no worse time to go underwater. The scene underwater was breathtaking. The only light in the darkness was their flashlights. They took out one packet after another from inside the plane, tied it to an air balloon, and put it on top. The task was not easy at all. The plane was hanging on the edge of a cliff. It could fall down at any moment. In the meantime, huge sharks were circling around them, watching the channel. Sharks come out to hunt at night. A little blood or a wrong move is certain death. Price drops the torch from his hand in fear. In that light, the shiny teeth of the shark can be seen. After a few long hours of effort, they recover almost all the drugs and pick them up. Just when they think the danger is over, the biggest twist of the movie happens. Zen's rival treasure hunter Beats appears there with his team. Beats has been keeping an eye on Jaren for so long. He tells Jaren, "Thank you, Jaren, for taking so much trouble to pick up the goods." We learn that he is not just a treasure hunter. He is actually Reese's partner and a big criminal. He wants to own both the drugs and Zephyr Gold. The men take Sam and Bryce hostage and orders them to shoot and throw Bryce into the water to make it look like they died in a diving accident. Before Bryce's men can shoot, Jaren and Bryce jump into the water. Bryce sends his own divers, and an incredible underwater fight begins. Jane uses her wits to her advantage, knowing that their greatest weapon in this fight is grapes. Jane cuts the oxygen pipe of one of Bryce's divers and hits him. As the blood spreads, the sharks go crazy. In an instant, a pack of sharks attack the divers. The water turns blue to red. Meanwhile, on the boat above, Sam cleverly turns off the boat's lights. And in the darkness, he fights with one of Bede's men and turns on the radio. He goes to the Coast Guard and sends a signal. The underwater plane loses its balance and sinks deeper into the dark abyss of the sea. Jaren somehow comes up. Now the fight between Jaren Bonham Beats and Bess begins on the boat. Ken hits Bess with a hook to kill Jaren, but Jaren fights with all his might. At one point in the fight, Jaren pushes Bess into the water. What a cruel twist of fate. As soon as Beds falls into the water, hungry grapes surround him. The sea he wanted to load swallows him. Beds dies very tragically. By then, police signals are heard in the distance. The Coast Guard helicopter and board arrive. After the storm stops, a new morning comes. Since Jehen and his friend help the police recover the drugs and fight in self-defense, no charges are brought against them. The police seize all the drugs. Bryce is sorry for his mistake and apologizes to Jared and returns to New York. Seeing the scene, it seemed that Jaren had lost his dream because the Zephyr ship might have fallen into a deep ditch with the plane or been destroyed in an explosion. They had nothing in their hands. They were left as poor people again. But does the movie end here? When Sam sat down next to Jane in despair, Jane smiled and took something out of her pocket. The sunlight shone on it. It was a gold bar found on the Zephyr ship. Jaren told Sam that Drax had marked the actual location of the Zephyr with a GPS and that neither the police nor anyone else knew about it. That place is now intact. Sam looked at Zend in surprise. Jane said that we are now officially treasure hunters. Our hard days are over. They both looked at each other and smiled. The camera zoomed out and went up. The vast blue sea was visible below. Friends, this was the complete story of the movie Into the Blue. The movie teaches us that shortcuts or greed can never make people happy. They almost died because of Bryce's greed. On the other hand, Jaren's honesty and courage finally brought him to his dream. Let us know how you liked the video by commenting. And if you like such adventures, give the video a like. Subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to get more such exciting movie explanations.